Happy Monday, guys. And I am so glad to be back. Let me tell you, we have actually so many shows that are showing up on podcasts in different areas that I had to change my day to Monday. So I guess it's going to be Magnificent Monday with Miss Mo. But anyway, we still have Let's Talk About It. We have a wonderful guest on the show today. I'm shocked that he even freed up his schedule for, little old me, But we had a nice conversation before the show got started. And I am so excited. I'm going to pick his brain with everything that he knows because this is a happening thing. And I am so excited about their unique curriculum that they have at their school. So let me do a quick couple announcements. We do have the HBCU send-off on the 6th. I am so excited. Today I went and picked up some more donations. And if you have donations for me to pick up or my team, shoot us an email or shoot us an inbox and we will gladly come pick them up. Before we get started, I would like to give a huge shout out to the Dayton, Ohio IAC and UNCF chapter. They know what team is all about. That 42 hookup, Miss Angela Mumford Davis. Yes, she went to Central. I went to the Woo. She looked out for us in a great deal, and we appreciate her. Thank you. And I also am sending y'all a nice little cute thank you note in the mail because I do appreciate everything that you do for us, and I hope we continue the relationship. So today we have a wonderful guest. He is the founder, but I might be saying it wrong, so I really might get this information from him. But however, if you heard about a school that is coming to San Antonio this fall, this is a person you might want to link up with. If you know some third graders, from what I heard, I think that's the grade they're looking for. But let's welcome to Let's Talk About It, Mr. Akeem. I hope I said that right. Akeem Brown. Hey, Mr. Akeem, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. You probably like, this lady is silly. I am. I'm sorry. I can be serious, but I laugh.
I love it. I love it. With all that we got going on, we got to be silly. We got to have a good time. We need to.
Definitely. I see you repping, on the wall. I see your HBCU.
Yeah, I got South Carolina State University out here for sure. South Carolina State, the South Carolina State University. Marching 101, if you haven't heard.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you said the. Okay, so I'm gonna
start. The illustrious South Carolina State University.
See, that's when you definitely went to an HBCU. If you throw the illustrious in front of it, yep, that's where they went. So I can say I went to the Wilberforce University, the first, the finest, in the future. Look, that's how I have to introduce myself sometimes.
I love it.
Well, I mean, because people sleep on my school. Like, I represent all day. Look.
That's right. The first. I love Wilberforce all the way.
So yes. So welcome. I'm so excited that you cleared your schedule for me. Like that's a lot. But I want to brag on your staff. I walked I guess it was the summer camp facilities where you invited community partners in. And I did a tour before, and then she was like, I know it's not too late, and she invited me. So I went. And I get invited to a lot of places. I'm just going to tell you this. Mm-hmm. I get invited to a lot of places. And sometimes I just, if I don't see any representation, or I just think they just feed me stuff, I politely exit. But I still say thank you for the invite. But when I tell you, the kids, because I talk to the kids. Mm-hmm. One of the kids was like, I know what an HBCU is. I said, he's just playing with me. This little kid don't know. And I said, so what is it? I was like, what is that? I said, homeboys or something. He was like, no, miss, no. I was like, well, what is an HBCU, baby? He was like, it's a historically Black college. I said, oh.
That's right.
I said, they didn't lie to me. Right. So I am forever grateful that you are doing something different and bringing that to the San Antonio East Side where it is needed. Mm-hmm. Like, what made you come up with that concept?
Believe it or not, some people don't believe it, but it's the truth. It was a vision of mine for quite some time. I envisioned that we would start a school since I was in school, and I say school, but middle school. My school was started by 4 Black women in Brooklyn, New York. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. born and raised, and 4 Black women started my school in Brooklyn, and they named the school. You ready for this? Essence. And so, while I may think the name of it today is unique, it's not. It was a name that was imparted on me because we had the opportunity when I was growing up to really work alongside people who look like me, people who were working in our communities. These individuals, those 4 Black women, were my neighbors. They lived in my community, 2 houses, 3 houses down from me. So I saw them go to grocery stores. I saw them go to church. I participated in programs alongside them. So when I went to school Monday through Friday, there wasn't a hard or a difficult task for me to respect them or understand their values, because guess what? We shared the same values. They were my neighbors. They were my friends. They were my mentors, or they were my parents' friends, not my friends. But the idea around that was, again, how do we create a community where our young people who look like you and I, Mo, could see each other, can feel comfortable, could embrace each other, and then get to a point where they can learn, right? We feel like at Essence Prep, we have to make sure that young people have what we call their Essence vitals. They have to know that their values, their interests, their temperament is all respected. It's affirmed. And you and I know that because we got to learn that for the 4 years that we, journeyed our campuses, our HBCUs. And we get to experience that every day as alum of those HBCUs. It's those environments that we thrive. It's when we can be around each other and challenge each other and question and have that discourse in a positive way where we can grow. And so that's what we're trying to emulate at the K-12 level. Just what we do at HBCUs, love on each other.
That's good. That is you say less there. I mean, I felt like I was at home when I heard the kids say it. And then I believe the principal was like, she said, Miss Mo, you missed it. They was doing presentations. I wish you would have came by. I said, you should have called me. I was there. Because like you said, that's been your dream to see it and make it happen. It's been my dream to implement it in the schools systems. That's right. And it's not that, I want to say last week we had on the podcast that I co-host, one of the questions was, if it had not been for your HBCU,
I wouldn't be sitting here today. That is the God honest truth. That is the God honest truth. And having this conversation about starting a school, being confident in myself, knowing that I can walk into a room, a boardroom, command attention, be proud of my work and not allow someone else to give me or take away that knowledge. Oh, come on. It's nothing like an HBCU. You know that.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And now I've learned since we've been talking, I said SGA president. How was that experience?
Oh, it was interesting. When you're a Student Government Association president at a HBCU, is different than PWIs. You really get immersed into the politics of higher ed, and you learn so much. I was sitting on the board of trustees for South Carolina State as an ex officio, so I didn't have the opportunity to vote. But just imagine as a college kid, right? Maintaining my grades, going to parties and having fun, doing all the good things, but also enjoying the atmosphere of learning the professional space, and enjoying the politics. And I say enjoying it, right? Because I learned so much, right? I sat in the boardroom when we voted for the college president's contract, right? I sat in the boardroom when we decreased tuition. We were at that time was the only HBCU decreasing tuition. And this was 2012. And so, what I'm sharing with you all is I really learned so much from that experience. And then this helmet that I got behind me, Mo asked me, did you attend or did you play football at South Carolina State? No, I did not play football. I did walk the football field as a Student Government Association president, waving every football game, but that's about it. But we traveled to every game that our team played in as the Student Government Association to support our team. And that was fanfare. We had a royal court, our royal court would dress and they would walk halftime and wave and greet our fans. It was so much we learned about customer service, about respect for our university. We got to greet and meet so many alums of our university who were doing phenomenal things across the country and the world for that matter. So I mean, that experience, that student government association experience, is what allowed me now to be a CEO and be a founder of a charter school. Right? I learned how to budget, how to balance a budget in college. We were managing millions of dollars. It was the student, what they call student fee account. So every student paid at least $150 a semester into what was known as the student activity fee account. And the Student Government Association was responsible for that. And so, I mean, you can only imagine the experience that I gained. And so I always, when I meet PWI SGA presidents, now, oh, I served as SGA president of my university. It's nothing like serving like a HBCU SGA president. Nothing like it.
I don't think you can compare it in any aspect. And
Not
I think that's where a lot of people get confused about it. And I know as things that you're probably faced, that's something that they always look, because that's a unique mission. Now, I'm from up north as well. And the school that my nephews attend, that's what drew me to your program, when she was telling me all those things. And I was like, okay, she just saying this not really true. They're not really doing it. Not in San Antonio, because I don't walk 10 hallways and I don't even see a small penny. But when I got so excited that I was like, I'm coming Monday. She was like, for real? I said, I'm gonna clear my schedule. I'm coming Monday. And I walked the halls. They had, one of their project boards. The kids could tell me about it, because I mean, you've been in education, you whisper in the kid ear if they know something, if they,
they're gonna tell you the truth.
You're either gonna get two looks. I don't know what they talk about, or yeah, we talked about that, and then they coach all the other friends in it. But I was excited because the kids were excited.
Yes.
And that's, like my nephew, he's, oh my goodness, he's special. But he, in his mind, he thinks that he really graduated from Tennessee State. And he's only this year, he's going to the second. But in his mind,
he went to TSC.
Can I tell him? Yeah, he go to Deca Prep, but no. No, he Tennessee State, and he gets to sing, and I said, oh my God, he know the chant. He don't even go there yet.
That's it.
So those things will be impactful. Like, how do you plan on incorporating in the school system for the whole year?
Yeah, so one, let's start off by saying that each of our, you guys may know them as homerooms. We call them houses. Essentially same thing, right? Your unit, your cohort, the group that you follow throughout the day, your classmates. Each house is named after a historical Black college or university, and historical Black college and university only. We don't have any other universities named at our school. And so that's one thing. So from your kinder all the way up to your 8th grade, and we're serving K through 5 in our first year, and we'll be adding a grade every year after until we get to 8th grade. But from K through 5 in our first year, you can only imagine that you would walk into a classroom and you would see South Carolina State University. You would see, or they would reference themselves as Howard University, or, Wilberforce University, or Lincoln University, Cheney University. These are the name of our classes, right? Our classrooms. So that's the first thing. Not only are we naming the class after the historical Black college and university, we are also making sure that our students, to your point, are immersing themselves inside of that campus. And so very well, your nephew could attend Essence Prep, and he would be singing the chant of Tennessee State, right? Because the idea of this is that he is embracing being on the campus, right? He's understanding and learning. We'll have folks through your partnership and your friendship and many others. We will have folks chime in or zoom in because of technology and talk about what you're doing today on the campus of, name it, Morgan State University, Bowie State University, or Bowie, whatever it is. We are making sure that our students are connecting the dots to that campus. So they're learning the traditions. They're even learning the alma mater, the colors, who founded the university, why was it founded, and taking a deep dive into that and what it is today. Because so many of our universities, started off a little differently. Like South Carolina State started off as a teacher's college and an agricultural college, right? Today, yes, we still perform very high in making sure that we graduate many educators. And then we still have one of the best agribusiness programs of all HBCUs. So that is the founding of South Carolina State. How are students learning about that so that when they get ready to choose their major, they know I'm going to that university because that university has always been ingrained in that particular major and that particular subject. And I know about that university because I spent over 8 years learning about it. Not just 1 year, not just one summer. I didn't just do a tour. I have been ingrained to learn about Morehouse. I know what Spelman is. I know where Spelman is. And so our students are really taking the time every week. So once a week, and that is on Thursdays, our students do a deep dive into a historical Black college and university. And it is that university that they do a deep dive in every Thursday that year. So when they go into the next grade, guess what? That switches up. They have a new university that they focus on, but they build that camaraderie, they build that pride and that sense of loyalty, for that matter, for that university all year. So when they leave our school in 8th grade, when they graduate, they have a portfolio. That portfolio shows all their project-based learning, and it also has a portfolio for HBCUs. So they have spent a great deal of time writing statements about that university or to that university. So as if they're applying. Why do they believe this university is a great fit for them? So they're sharing unique pieces about that school, and they're collecting that all throughout their journey at Essence, and they're reviewing that their 8th grade year. And that goal is to say, as you go to high school and you leave us, we want to make sure that you don't forget and you spread the good word, as we would say at any other HBCU. You would spread the good word about the great work that historical Black colleges have been doing since forever.
I love it. I love it. That I wasn't like as popular as you were SGA. I wasn't an SGA, but I was a soloist for the university chorus, so I do understand those perks and benefits.
Oh yeah,
represent the university, yeah. And it's important. It's really important. I told, I think one of my mentor kids, I said I didn't learn math honestly till I got my freshman year at Wilberforce. They said you want to test out, say less.
Sign me up.
Sign me up. Just tutor me for a couple of days. I can test out this math class because that wasn't my cup of tea. Hey. But I am truly excited. I know I can call on some of my friends to let's help decorate his school, guys. I mean,
yes.
He's trying to deck out, HBCU when they walk in. That is unbelievable. Like, I am super excited, and I know that this can get done. A lot of our scholars are going back to school. Like, I think we also are having you all at the send-off. I said, that's going to be a busy day because you have something. What do you have going on the 6th in the morning?
Yes, so we're inviting folks to come out at 4535 Lord Road, which is St. Benedict Catholic Church, if you Google it. But that's where Essence Prep is going to be for 18 months. So if you look up St. Benedict Catholic Church, Essence Prep will temporarily be there as we're building our permanent facility, which I'm extremely excited about. But we are inviting you August 6th from 10 to 2 to join us for what we do, family. Good old community fish fry. So we're just having a good old fish fry. We got the spades table ready, big whisk. We're going to have a bunch of, look, you would enjoy this, Mo. We're going to have a bunch of HBCU classics in the background. I got to play the Marching 101. That's part of our school journey, though, too, at Essence Prep. We want to introduce the community to what our students face every morning. They listen to the bands of HBCUs, Prairie View, South Carolina State, FAMU, you name it. Tennessee State, Wilberforce, everybody. I got you. I got the Woo too. I got the Woo too.
Say Southern.
Southern, Winston-Salem, A&T. I'm naming them all, right? So anybody and everybody. And if you got some suggestions or picks that you want to shout out, shoot it to us so we can make sure that we play it that morning. But we do daily what we call the HBCU Roundup. So daily HBCU Roundup. We make sure that we play music as students are entering. And it's band music. It's marching music. Let's get ready. Let's go march to our mission. And so on August 6th, we're introducing all of that, right? Music, fun. And if you are registering or need to register your child, we encourage you to come out because on site, we're giving out a $50 gift card, $50 gas gift card, if
Oh
you
wow.
register your child right there on the spot. And then lastly, it's just the idea of really community having a good time. I don't know the last time we just all got together pre-COVID and just said, let's let our hair down just a little bit. Let's be comfortable, right? But safe. And just enjoy some fish and chat like we used to. I know we do that at homecomings, that's for sure. So essentially, that's what we want to do. We want to just enjoy ourselves and kick off this school year and invite community to come and enjoy it with us.
I love it. I think that is going to be awesome. It's going to be a long day for me. I might make an appearance because we had a send off. I think right after that. So
That's right. I was
I
going to say the send off is literally right after that. So I'm going to be,
I
running.
can't go to the park and and throw them bones at people because hey, I
Hey,
that's my thing is play
yeah.
dominoes on
Yeah, we're
campus.
going to play some bones. That's for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
The glasses used to fool them. No, she can't play. This a girl. She a nerdy girl. Okay, get on
Gotcha.
the table, start slapping them, and it's like, hey,
Oh,
look,
got
who
us.
is that? Who is that? So yeah,
I love
so
it.
yeah, and I talk stuff while I play too, so that makes it even worse. So then
Oh,
it,
yeah.
you know
That's me
what?
on the spades table. I got to talk trash while we playing.
I love it. So you're engulfing them in the culture,
Yes.
the
Yes.
HBCU culture,
Yeah.
which is needed. Now this question you're gonna be like, oh God, why is she asking me
No.
this? But because this is stuff that I face, this is a reality. This,
Yes.
reality. What about those parents that feel like that's not something they want their child to be taught? Because I deal with it a lot. Look, you coming in here, you're gonna learn about HBCUs. You coming
Yeah.
in this nonprofit,
Yeah.
our mission is HBCUs. So don't even waste your time. So how do you feel about that?
Well, I think we share the same sentiment. It's the idea that we do support school choice. We're the biggest advocate for school choice as a charter, right?
Mhm.
And so, just as much as we want to protect our choice, we want parents' choices to be protected. And the way we do that is we tell parents as much as possible. That's why we have events like our community fish fry. It's not just all fun and games. We want you to spend time understanding who we are, interview us, get a better idea of who we are and what we're offering. And maybe we're not a right fit for you, right? Maybe the historical Black college experience, starting in kinder is just not something that you believe is the right fit for your child. But we do know at least 490 parents that we've engaged with who are very interested, who believe in our mission and believe that this is the right fit for the right time in the right community. And so our job is to be that choice for those parents. We're not condemning anyone's choices. Again, we are very supportive of them. And we just ask, what ways can we help? Because maybe coming to school every day is not a way, but is there a summer program? We have our dance program, and we enroll students in those programs during the summer and out of school time, even if you're not an Essence Prep scholar. We just want you to get a taste of what we do and be embraced, because again, when we say this school was built for the community, by the community, we mean it.
Yeah, I wrote. Well, I went by the location where you plan to be because I get lost. I'm be honest, I get lost everywhere because I'm not from here. Me
I
and
get it.
Suri fight. Me and Suri fight like full blown fights. I had to play it for my friends for her to realize that Suri does talk back to me. She's like, computer mode, you playing? I'm like, no,
Siri
Suri.
says she's tired of you.
It's like she sucked her teeth because I turned the wrong way. Like, who does that? And so I went by the place and I was like, okay, I was like, that's a good move, but it's so many charter schools in that area.
Yeah.
Like, how are you, what's going to set you above the rest? I already know the answer to that. I mean,
And
you
we
are.
hope others do too. We hope others do too. It's just that genuine, unique approach to community. We believe we absolutely positively believe that it is the idea of being bold in our mission, which will allow us to connect to family, right? Just this idea of saying, look, we support all children. Essence Prep was founded under the guise of understanding that students of color, people of color, have been under supported, right? Under resourced. And so we are here to create an opportunity for folks who've been under supported. And those are young people of color specifically, right?
Yeah.
That's our mission. And so, that's our goal. Our goal is to create change agents. We don't talk about grit like some of these other charter schools. They just want to talk about grit, but we are here to fix systems that you have to use your grit against. Let's stop getting our kids to use grit and let's fix the system so they don't have to use it all the time, right?
Yeah.
It's okay to have that skill, but like, why is that required like a backpack? And then the other idea that we believe that makes us different is just embracing that agency. That's the difference. We practice agency at Essence Prep, not so much grit. We know our kids have that. It gets tested every day at home. How can we practice that agency? How can you speak up, feel comfortable, feel confident? So when kids go home from Essence Prep, as you probably experienced during the summer, we literally, and I'm not making this up, I should have videoed it, but it probably wouldn't have been a great thing, of kids crying not to go home, Mo, not because they didn't want to be there. They were like, I want to stay. Can we spend a night? It's like, we're not a summer camp, sleep away. It's a day camp, folks. But that in itself, and again, it was just a 4-week program, right? We're getting ready to actually launch school. But just that 4 weeks showed us that our kids, when you just make them feel comfortable and affirm who they are, actually speak to them in an asset focus and not a deficit, what you don't have, you don't got this, you don't have this. No, those kids show up and they show out. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to create an environment where our kids can show up and show out in the most positive manner. And it's just by being dedicated and supportive to them. That's it. Supportive to them. That's it.
And that I'm glad you mentioned that. I mean, as you know, I have been in several school systems. I got about, oh goodness, this year is 2022. Yeah, 22 years in the education systems. And and I get frustrated, as you said, is that a lot of people talk at our scholars instead of talk to them. The love factor just isn't there. And like I said, I walked the halls literally. And even though I didn't say much, I know she probably was like, goodness, she just watching everything. She sees everything. Yeah, I got to, because I hear so many schools tell me, hey, I want you to work with us, Miss Mo. Won't you do this with us? But I don't see no HBCUs on the wall.
Yeah.
I'm not attaching my name to that.
Yeah.
So I am going to publicly say I am a better chance for you is definitely going to work with Essence Prep in any resources that you may need, far as getting in touch with somebody, if you may need some speakers, even if you need us to come and do some presentations to help your teachers understand different chants, understand the difference between the public, private, land grant, just a bunch of different things. Because I have never been I've been here, 4 or 5 years. I've never been that excited to go to a school and see it being implemented. Now, I do also need to apologize to you because first I was like, another school? You
got another one? And
so, I mean, because I'm very blunt, And I was like, I got to apologize to him. I said, I went there and I just was like, this school is on it. So, hey, I got your back. Anything, HBCU related. If you need some people to speak, I can, call on the Rolodex of folks and see what we can do. Right now, I know you are trying to decorate the school.
Yes.
Your whole initiative is.
Yes.
So, guys, if you're watching it on the replay, I'm gonna say it again on HBCU House Party. I'll probably say it again on my other platforms. We need, as HBCU graduates, alums, students, we need to help them out here. That's a school. And if you're watching, you know as well as I know, there is no school in this city. I can't even say state. In this city that can have a 5-year-old, he was a second grader, I think, that can tell me what an HBCU is and mean it and tell me. And I said, well, what does that mean? And the little boy broke it down. And I have never been so excited in my life since I've been in Texas, because at home, that's all we preach. That's all we talk to our kids about. I was going to homecoming. Yeah, I was going to homecoming in second grade. Like up north, we have drill teams.
Yeah.
Same. I was in the drill team all my life.
Yeah.
So we grew up thinking we was like, going to be one of the Bills or somebody, because that's all we know. That kept us out the street, kept us out of trouble. The boys was on drumline, we was in drill team.
That's right.
And those are the type of things that our community needs to bring back.
That's right.
It kept all of us out of trouble. And we got to travel, because one thing people do like, no matter where you are, they like to embrace our culture.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
They hear them drums, they will
pop up.
So I am overly excited for you and your events, things you have planned coming. Much success. I know, like I told them the other week, you got to be a stiletto in a room of flats. So that means that you're different. It's going to happen.
It's okay. It's okay. And we'll be just fine. That's right. That's right.
So, yes, do you have any, wait a minute. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'm about to end it, and I'm supposed to go to commercials. See, I'm up here looking at my running show, messing up. But at least they know. At least they know I'm genuine.
That's right. That's right.
So we're going to go to commercial, and then I'm going to come back and ask you some questions. And you probably be like, where does she get these questions from?
No, I got you. I got you.
Are you interested in attending an historically Black college or university? Hello, my name is Robert Mason. I'm president and founder of the Common Black College application. Our application allows students to apply to over 50 historically Black colleges and universities at the same time for only $20. HBCU graduates have been some of the most renowned individuals in their respective fields since the late 1800s. In addition to that, our faculty and staff are truly committed to your success, and they have a vested interest in seeing that you do well. That, coupled with the academic rigor and the fact that you will establish lifelong relationships, are just some of the many benefits of your attending an historically Black college or university. So if you're interested in completing the Common Black College app, visit our website at commonblackcollegeapp.com to apply now. Thank you, and get educated.
So that was our quick commercial. Actually, what that does, a Common College app, it allows them, and even if you're like in transition over the summer, if you know some seniors that's like, hey, I don't know where I want to go, what you do is you fill it out. I have my kids that are in my program, they fill it out usually their junior year, like when their junior year, just to see where they would stand. Now think about it. Right now, that video is old. They have actually 68 schools now. One application, $20. You go into 68 schools.
Yeah.
And you usually only get to choose your top 4. But I've had kids, apply just on there. And they was like, Miss, my email went off. I got another school. I'm like, look, we're going to apply to everything. We're going to see who has the best offer. And most important, who has your major.
That's right.
Like I got 2 kids this year that are doing like above and beyond. I have one that she's in nursing school at Prairie View. She'll be at the send off because she always come back home and help.
Awesome.
I have one of my seniors that's going to Houston-Tillotson next year. I cried when they graduated because they've been with me since they,
those are babies.
They've been with me since 7th grade. I was like, y'all can't graduate. But we start as young as 7th grade. And one of the things that I really am going to love in this partnership and working with your school is I get invited to a lot of things HBCU culture wise. And, I was like, hey, I can offer that to them. They can go, and just to see it, that's exposure our kids don't get.
We love it.
So that right there, I was like, hey, and I don't like last year we did some trips, but it was most of my kids are out of state.
Okay. So
when I see kids that are impacting it or schools that are using the mission and doing things, I'm like, hey, I could use them. That saved me airfare.
That's right.
Because we deal with kids in Seattle, we deal with kids in Michigan, we deal with kids in Indiana, like literally all across the states.
I love it.
Because I'm a global person. I'm not just gonna fight for the same kids in the same area.
Yeah, you got to get broaden those perspectives. I love it.
So yeah, that's what we do. So do you like goodness, she done had a full-blown commercial. So I know you probably have learned that I can be serious, but I like to laugh. Yeah. And I like to speak real. Yeah. So This question, you probably gonna bust out laughing.
No, it's okay.
But last week I was on Texas Southern campus.
Okay.
Even though school wasn't in session. Now, I got excited because I said, "Oh, it's Friday. It's Fish Fry Friday."
Ah. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Epic fail.
What happened?
Union was closed. They wasn't in school yet. I was excited. I was like, "Oh, we about to eat."
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm over here
So
thinking like it's not school yet, but it's still July.
so what was your go-to on in the caf?
Yes, so that's a great question. So let me tell you, so I loved fried chicken Thursdays at South Carolina State. And to this day, I don't fry chicken on Thursday, but I fry it on Sunday. And I think about my chicken, right? My chicken in college. And I'm always comparing my chicken that I cook at home to my chicken in college. Miss Johnson was the name of our fry cook. She fried all of our foods, both the fish and the chicken. So Miss Johnson knew, all right, Akeem coming through, I got to fry that chicken hard. Again, another perk of being an SGA president at a HBCU, they knew, all right, Akeem got to get out real quick. So, I mean, that was my go-to. My go-to was that fried chicken Thursday, and everybody was in the caf on Thursday. Like, you had to wear your finest outfit because you was going to see everybody Thursday because it was fried chicken Thursday.
Okay. Wow, you said fried chicken Thursday.
That's right.
Okay. So on your campus, what I mean, you're SGA, so you had a high important role. So what was best for you? Was it like the end of the year parties, or was it like homecoming? Homecoming was like the event that you had to go to. You had to think of
So I aged since my kid. Back now.
Yes, I was like, he done lost signal.
I don't know what happened. They didn't want my secrets to hit the streets. But no, I mean, so homecoming was the best. Homecoming was the best, right? In every HBCU, we say we have the best homecoming, right? It's out there debatable, right? Like you do, I do, we all do. But literally, we called our homecoming. I think what was it? So North Carolina A&T called theirs the greatest homecoming on earth.
Yes, they still do.
And we went and we went and called it something that year, my senior year, and I can't remember what it was. That's crazy that I can't remember. But we were competing with them, and we wanted to go full force. The best homecoming year I ever had to this day. And I'm an alum at this point, and I still will tell you my senior year homecoming was the best homecoming ever. Ever.
That's hilarious.
Ever.
Well, because you started when you came on here. You was like the illustrious. I said, "Oh Lord, here we go."
To the illustrious South Carolina State University.
Okay. I hope you don't teach them kids to say that.
Oh, I will. You got to use those adjectives to describe your school. Everybody got one, but most of us use the illustrious. We got to call it out.
We don't use the illustrious. We just shut everybody down when we say the first. They just get quiet.
We like, you got it.
So no, I mean, but it's not that many Wilberforce grads down here. But when I go home, I get excited. But guess what? Last weekend,
what's up?
At the conference, I signed my name and I put Wilberforce graduate. I didn't even wear no Wilberforce gear that day.
Mm-hmm.
This lady, she graduated. I think she graduated class in 19 something. I'm gonna put her age out there, but she was a older alum. Mm-hmm. And I started singing the alma mater. They was like, "This girl, I said, no, my parents went to Wilberforce. Everybody, and so she was like, no wonder. I was like, but I just got so excited because in Texas, you're not gonna see too many.
Don't see it. That's right. We don't have many here at South Carolina State. I met maybe 2 or 3 since I've been here, and I've been here for 8 years.
Oh, okay. You've been there about 3 years longer than me. So I mean, but hey. We family regardless.
That's right. That's right. I connect as soon as I hear you went to HBCU. I just go, hey, hug me, love me.
What can I help you?
That's right.
And that's the bond that I believe is going to make your school successful.
Yes.
Because one thing we will do is we will look out for each other. Another thing, we always support each other.
That's right. That network is so tight.
And we gonna talk stuff to you.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, our rivals was across the street. So if you ever hear 42 Shuffle, Central State was literally across the street.
I never realized that Central was right across the street from y'all. Okay.
Literally across the street.
That makes sense.
So when we have a rival, and you know, we always tease them because that's just what we do. Because out of Wilberforce birthed Central State. So we church and state split. So we always bring that, you know, and that usually shuts that argument down. But today, I had to publicly say, you know what, that bond is deep, because the IAC of UNCF, most of them are Central State graduates.
Yes.
They donated to our college send-off, our HBCU send-off. So you can't tell me that bond ain't deep. That's all the way up north to down here, and they helping. That's deep. I was like overwhelmed when I got that today. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna write them a personally card. So
that was the biggest lesson. Yeah, that was the biggest lesson I learned, Mo. If I could say real quickly, that was the biggest lesson I learned. My HBCU president of the university, Dr. Cynthia Warwick at the time. She's now the president of Stillman University. So shouts out to Stillman. She told me my senior year, Akeem, you are now inducted in a family, a unit, right? So I'm thinking, oh, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? South Carolina State? Yeah, I know, right? No, she's like, no, that network is larger than South Carolina State, and it's a historical Black college. And she really taught me about that network, all of her VPs and all of that, right? Whether you like it, love it, those were all people who went to Howard with her. These were people that she grew up with, and I say grew up with because you really grow in college, right? So she grew up with them in those 4 years, and now those people, in respect to Dr. Warwick, I'm gonna call out her age because she celebrated it and she put it on Facebook.
Oh, okay, don't put me in trouble now.
No, she celebrated and she placed it on Facebook, so I'm gonna say it. But she's 72, and I'm sharing that just to say that those bonds are still tight. Those friends, right? Those people that she went to HU with, those are still close friends of hers. So where I'm going with this is fast forward. She calls me 4 years after graduating South Carolina State. And she says, Akeem, I have a job for you. I need you to help my son win a council race in San Antonio. Again, I'm saying that to say, left that connection, stopped talking to her for almost 4 years, right? Would check in via email every once in a while. But that connection of HBCU, the reason I'm in Eastside San Antonio, the reason I'm in Texas, is because of that historical Black college network. It's powerful. It's powerful.
It is. Hey, they think it's a game. It is. It really is. And I love it. And when I tell you, I walked through your school, well, the summer camp, and I just got like excited because I said, finally, somebody understands what I'm talking about. Maybe maybe next time you come visit us, I'll teach you, I'll tell you about my background. So you'd be like, why is she so gung-ho HBCU? It saved me.
Yeah, I would love to hear it. Yep. I'm looking forward to that.
It saved me. And I wouldn't be as bold as I am now if it weren't for that. And so anytime I see it and I know that somebody is genuine with it, like at your school, because I've been invited some places and you just want to know what I do to get the kids to school debt free or get these resources or get whatever kids need. But so no, I am excited. I already have some things shifting that should be coming your way. But awesome. we are delighted. You will see a better chance for youth, helping you out throughout the school year. So guys, I have had Mr. Akeem Brown. Look, I said it right. I was thinking about coming to America. I said,
it's all good. People do it all the time. It's all good. I know it's love.
If I say it that way, I won't mess his name up. But guys, he is opening a school on the east side of San Antonio. Hear me out. They have historically Black colleges and universities for all of their units. Yes. It is embedded in their systems. y'all know I am going to be in like hog heaven. Hey, I mean, I broke out the chin on them. I love my HBCU.
I'm with you.
So yes, like we got to help them out. So if you start after the send off is over, and y'all start seeing me back at school, far as getting HBCU things, please don't get upset. Please don't be mad at me. We got to help our brother out.
Sure.
Now, at the end of the day, we family. We may beef. I might even show up to his event and beat him in dominoes, cards, whist, whatever. But we got to help him out.
That's right.
I mean, no, like really, I'm gonna beat you in cards if I.
Yeah, we're gonna see. I'm just so grateful, Mo. Before we part, I just want to say thank you. Thank you are the two most unused words in the English language, and I just want to use them right now and tell you that I'm truly grateful for this opportunity and the work that you're doing to spread the good word about HBCUs and all that we do. And so I'm just proud to support you, my sister. Anything that we can do from Essence Prep or just the Keen personally to continue seeing a better chance for you continue to grow and advance in this community, I promise you, and globally, I promise you, we will do it. We will do it.
Thank you. Well, hey, if your kids was a little bit older, I don't know. They take their parents with them.
That's right. And we're going to make it work. We're going to introduce our kids to it as early as possible so that it's demanded. Because again, currently we're not aimed to have a high school. And so we want to make sure that when our kids get to high school, they're pushing their counselors. They're asking those questions. Well, why we haven't learned about HBC? You know what? Don't worry about it. I'll call Mr. Brown and he'll take me. He'll take me to the woo. Don't worry about it.
We do have in March. That's something new that we're offering. We haven't put out like our newsletter, and parents are asking me like, hey, when you gonna start Scholars on the Move? Now it's August. I'm like, okay, let me get that out to you. But we will have a college tour in March.
Okay.
We do have some other unique programs that are coming up, but I really don't know how you would feel is taking your kids to like Battle of the Band. It'd be epic for them. Like I went to homecoming in 2nd grade, but that's because my parents are HBC.
There you go. Same. No, we can make it work. Let's talk about that. I think our 4th and 5th graders, that would be an opportunity to make work regardless. Again, I don't believe it's ever too young, as you know, to introduce our young people to these environments and to these spaces that we know, again, is going to love and respect and make sure that they progress. Those are the environments we want to introduce them as early as being a toddler. Like, let's get used to that noise.
Exactly. And it changes your whole mindset.
That's right.
I mean, because from going, as a child, that was all I would talk about. Like even my high school year, even though I wasn't really thinking about college because I didn't really like school.
Yeah.
But all my teachers, like you said earlier, all my teachers look like me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All my teachers were Divine 9.
That's right.
All my teachers, including my mom and dad, that's all they taught. It was military school, and then it broke down to military HBCU.
There you go. That's the only options in my house. I tell my kids I got a 10-year-old and a 1-year-old, and the 1-year-old hears it just as much as the 10-year-old. Hey, my grandfather used to say it, count down. What HBCU you picking? Because he would say that to me. And my grandfather, didn't go to college. He barely graduated high school. He graduated middle school, and that was it. He grew up in Orangeburg, South Carolina, where South Carolina State is. And he cleaned the halls of South Carolina State, but he was so proud of the fact that his grandson would one day go to South Carolina State. So he made sure that we learned about both South Carolina State and Claflin, which was right across the street. We learned about those schools, right? But he barely had a high school, diploma, but wanted to make sure that we knew about our options.
Well, I am excited. I learned so much about you in this little hour time.
Thank you.
But I am so glad that you are pouring into our scholars on the East Side, that they will finally have a school that truly represents them. I mean, I'm sorry, if I offended anyone in saying that, I apologize. But y'all know Miss Mo is going to call a spade a spade.
Hey,
it truly represents them, where they can go to school and not, be kind of like fearful or feel like they stepping on somebody's toes if they rock they, locks, or if they wear. Hey, I'm telling the truth. I mean,
you know it.
telling the truth about it. I mean, it's hurtful, but in some circumstances that actually happen.
Yes.
So we have been here. We've been here. What? Goodness, that hour went by fast. You know, laugh.
We had a good time. As we don't do HBC like that. That's what we do. We have a good time and learn. That's right.
So yes, did you have any events that you wanted to give a shout out to last before we end this conversation?
Just the August 6th. I invite everyone who can participate in August 6th. August 6th, we will be having our community fish fry at 4535 Lord Road, again at St. Benedict Catholic Church. If you just want to Google map it or Apple map it, whatever one you choose. So again, you all invited August 6th from 10 to 2. From 10 to 2, come in and join us as we have fun, eat some fish, and learn more about Essence Prep. The second thing is join us on August 15th. I know in today's world, we're very hypervigilant about school safety. What we want to do is invite our community out as we kick off our school year. August 15th is the first day of school. Come and enjoy our babies as they kick off the first day of school. We have a red carpet for you and your scholar. We're going to do the 360 photos. We're going to be taking pictures with HBCU pennants and flags, you name it. So we invite the HBCU community, but of course, all community to join us on both August 6th and August 15th at 4535 Lord Road.
Awesome. Now that August 6th, I'm gonna be wore out probably, but I want to make an appearance to come up and support you because you all will be at the HBCU send off as well.
That's right. So we're gonna be just as busy. We'll be supporting you later that afternoon for sure. That's right.
We won't be playing spades and whist, but we'll have a dance off and we have some other games that are exciting that day. I hate to lose, so usually my team be like, "You can't play."
Sit on the side.
Yeah, I'll be instigating. I don't think they'll let me. I have it bad. Like last year, I made one mistake, and they're like, "No, you can't play. No, we're not playing that game at all." So
that's the way it goes.
I lost gracefully, but they had to hear about it.
Yeah.
So I did. But, so anywho, please support Mr. Akeem Brown, Essence Prep, for his event on the 6th and the 15th.
Yes.
Also come out to the HBCU summer send-off. I'm telling you, we want y'all to register. The links will probably be, I'll probably put the links in the chat later, but please register. I know when you go to the immediate site, it says $50. All we're asking is a donation. It's not $50. $50 is for the vendors. But if you just want to come and you have family members coming, just sign it out because that way we know you came and you might win a door prize. We didn't want to tell you up front why we needed your info, but
it's supposed to be a surprise, folks.
No, can't even surprise folks. They don't want to sign up. What's this? They got my information. I'm just playing. So we have truly, truly enjoyed you this hour, and I enjoyed you, and I could not be more excited to see that the East Side is going to finally have a school that represents them.
Thank you.
Finally have kids that are going to be walking to the halls to the beats of Southern University.
There you go.
To the beats of FAMU. You know, I'm like, wait a minute, he might have to record that. He might have to go live. See them kids go down the hallway to that.
We are.
So I am extremely, extremely excited. And anytime you need me, I'm just an email or a phone call away. So this has been Let's Talk About It. I'm sorry.
No, I said we will. Thank you. No, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. This has been Let's Talk About It. You will see me again tomorrow, but we won't be live. You'll be watching the pre-recorded Daily Gospel HBCU House Party will host Mr. Anthony Brown. Also, and you'll see hear the replays. I said hear the replays on the radio. So yes, you probably will hear my voice a lot. And if you see me in public, just tell me what HBCU you went to so I can dap you up and then show you my gear. But remember, I went to the, as Mr. Akeem said, the illustrious, the first, the finest, the Wilberforce University. And he is a proud graduate of
South Carolina State, the illustrious South Carolina State University.
Mess. We will see y'all next Monday.
Thank y'all.